I have a quick question. Wasn't there some Iran World Jamboree patch?
In
Yeah,
79.
yeah. 79, is it?
Tell us about it, Stan. Do you know the story behind that?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about it.
Anybody
A little
want to give
bit.
us the full story?
Yeah, the Iran, if you remember, there was a conflict going on in Iran during that time, and the Boy Scouts didn't want any part of it. So they canceled the Jamboree. They had what we called the Dollar Jam in Sweden that year. So the Iranian Jamboree was the only one that was canceled at the time.
The patches, from what I understand, like they mailed out everyone who had registered, got like 2 of the patches that already been mailed out to them. And a lot of people don't know there is a neckerchief. And the only people who got the neckerchief, because there hadn't been a lot of them made, were the people who were on the I think the people who were on the committee for the World Jamboree. But yeah, that was the Iranian Revolution, right? In '79.
Yeah, there
It
it is.
was.
And I'll add a little bit about Iran because it didn't seem long ago, but to some people it was a long time ago. I got a call from an ad. The guy I went to see in Southern Pines had this. He was an Eagle Scout. His dad was an Eagle Scout. He was glad. He said he was in the military, and I talked to him about some event. And he said, well, do you remember what was going on in the early 80s? And I said, well, I don't quite remember. And as it turned out, he had just been sent to Iran the week before they took over the embassy and captured everyone there and held them hostage, which was pretty well the end of Jimmy Carter's campaign. And he told me a story that when he was captured, he and a buddy were probably one of the few military people. And he said he used his scouting skills to basically survive. And he and his buddy figured out that the Iranians were very skittish about when they took their clothes off. So they asked to be able to take a shower or something because they knew they would be left alone. He unscrewed the hinges of the door, pulled the pins out, and then went ahead and closed the door. And later on, they were able to escape. And so very few people know this, but he was an Eagle Scout that escaped the Iranians that were holding him. And then they realized that the moment they got outside, where in the heck are they going to go in Iran without anyone recognizing? So basically, they kind of let the guys that screwed up capture them because they knew that if it had gotten out, that they had escaped, there could have been very strong repercussions to him and the captors. But he felt that his scouting background, his Eagle scouting background, his dad went to the 37 Jamboree, was one reason he survived.
I'll share a little Max Silver story that people don't know. Max was actually on that World Jamboree committee for Iran, and of course everything got canceled. But one of the things Max brought back to New Hampshire and sold through the museum were little patches on strips. They were silk of the Iranian patch. I don't know what it was going to be used for specifically, but in New Hampshire, I bought strips of them, and you just could cut off the ones you wanted to. And Max sold those through the museum as a fundraiser for years.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.